Okay, so working with history. If I draw out a very quick NURBS curve here, and I'm just going to do, your classic goblet type base shape. There we go. And do a revolve of that. You're going, well, gee, that looks really horrendous. And it does. So it needs a lot more work. All right, and so now what I've done is I've selected just the NURBS curve, okay, and I've gone to component mode, so I'm just selecting the components, okay, of that NURBS curve, and I can modify them in and make decisions, okay, about the proportions. And this is a very logical, intuitive way to work. Okay, and yeah, because you can make those bad little decisions very quickly and move on from them. Now, as you notice, I'm only moving things in the y-axis and the x-axis, and not in the z. It'll allow me to do stuff in the z, but as you see, it's a little harder to control the results. It's going to be a little less intuitive, instead of just working with that profile. And so that's what the history does, is it allows you to work this way. Okay, and so if I pop back to objects mode, I can move this off to the side, and you see over here we have the revolve, and I could say, hey, give that to me as, I don't know, 180. So there's 180 degrees on it. And so there's lots of fun things. But then when I'm done, I do modify, edit, delete by type, edit, delete by type, history, and bam. Now that's just a dead piece of geometry as if I built it that way. And I can do another revolve here and say, okay, with this second revolve, I'm going to basically make this batch, let's pop back to component mode, okay, this batch with a longer stem. So I'll grab all these guys and, move up like that, and maybe move that down, or, whatever. So, you can really just manufacture objects this way in very quick order. Okay, and there's a little crossover at the bottom. All right, so that's that part of history. If I'm doing a more traditional poly workflow, polygons. Okay, and so I have my poly object here, and I do, let's say, I decide to extrude out the front and do this. It gives me poly extrude face 1, and I grab these guys out the sides, and there's poly extrude face 2, and I've just hit G, which is another repeat. That's poly extrude face 3. Okay, and I just go like that. All right, we have this history list building up on the side, and this can get very long. One of the nice things is I can go back to poly extrude face 2 here. It moves my tool back. It's the manipulator tool over here. And as you see, I can make these a variety of decisions, not a ton, but I can make some decisions and it will update. I don't often work this way. Okay, once in a while it can be handy, but you're not going to get to work for an hour and then go back and redecide something that you did, an hour ago. It's just not practical working that way. Anyhow, so that's working with the history, what it's for, and then edit, delete by type history, kills it off, and that solves a lot of our little issues. So it's very powerful for a short amount of your work time, and then it does get in the way. Um, Now, things like the deformers, they act using history. If let's just give this guy a little bit more. That's not what I was looking for. There we go. So a few more. I'm just putting a smooth on here. So the smooth is part of the history, and so you can try out different things. All right. So then if I put, let's say, a bend deformer on it, so deformer and nonlinear, bend, and okay, apply. Okay, so if I was going to animate this using the bend deformer, and I animate that flapping, if I go and I kill the history off of this, it's going to kill that deformer. So edit, delete by type, delete history, it kills that. So now it's as if I modeled it that way. Zing back, if I go edit, delete by type, non-deformer history, it's killed off the smooth and all of that, but I still have my bend deformer, and I can still have my weird little bird here. I thought I was making a spaceship. Anyhow, have fun. Yep.